Looking back on your high school experience, what is the most meaningful part of high school to you guys?
Like getting closer from my friends and really like understanding who they are and getting to know like their like what they like to do and making new friends and just spending as much time as possible with the people around me as I possibly could.
The most meaningful part of high school for me was just like seeing my friends every day, because it's just a place not only to do school but to like socialize and catch up with your friends.
I think like all the friendships and stuff that you make in high school, like you don't really realize how important those people are to you or how big of a part of, like, they're such a big part of your life, and I think it's easy to take them for granted and not realize just how well you know everyone, how they just become such a part of your life that you don't realize what it's like to not have them with you and not do things with them and just experience life for the first time with them. And it's cool to see how you evolve from being a freshman to a senior and how you've grown with these people and like changed through all the years and gone through like really cringy stages to like who you are now and stuff. It's pretty cool.
My relationships, I think, I would say it's definitely the biggest part of high school to me is like the relationships I've made through like not even North Point but school, and like how bringing people from school to North Point and it's all kind of tied together like you said. So yeah, I think the relationship part for me is like the biggest.
I feel like it's really important to like build relationships with people that you have stuff in common with, but also people that you don't have anything in common with.
Like the people around me is what made it fun, like my friends, my family, North Point, everyone here. I'm just thankful for all those relationships because I think that sometimes high school's hard, it's boring, it feels stupid and pointless, but the people are what make it fun and make it enjoyable. And so yeah, I think relationships are definitely what I enjoyed most. So.
What would you spend more time doing or less time doing if you were looking back on high school?
More time having fun, less time stressing about grades.
I wish I would have spent more time prioritizing relationships and like investing and inviting, other than worrying like what people are going to think. Like you invite someone inside out and you're worried that they won't like it or whatever, and in the long run that doesn't even matter because it can change their life forever. And like you shouldn't focus on maybe they won't like it or whatever. Like whenever Riley invited me, I was not sure at all. Like she convinced me to come by telling me there was free food, but like in the long run it's changed my life forever. And
not wishing time away so much.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get into high school you're always looking for like the next moment, next big thing, and when you do that, like you said, like you don't really live in the moment. Like you just keep moving on, you keep going, like just like not wishing time away and just being present in those moments.
It's not until senior year where you're like, wow, this is the last time I'll do this with these people. This is the last time I'll have this experience. And when you're a freshman, you take advantage of all the little things because you're like, oh, I have 3 more years of doing it, 2 more years of doing it. Like it's just going to keep happening and happening and happening. But then it's like, wow, this isn't going to happen again. I'm not going to live this experience again with these people again. And it's just, I wish I would have taken more time to realize all the little things that I had.
I wish that I would have spent less time worrying about what people like thought about me and more time investing in others.
I wish I would have gotten out of my comfort zone a lot faster than what I did. And like my freshman year, instead of being so worried about what other people thought of me, just going out there and saying, hey, like I'm Harley, nice to meet you, and meeting all these new people, because now like in my senior year I've met so many new kids because I've opened up more, and now my time has come to an end. Like I'm about to leave and I don't have time to develop these new relationships and create memories that I could have if I had just opened up a little bit more when I was younger. So
Think about a freshman, maybe an incoming freshman, and if you were to give somebody one piece of advice to think about, if they're thinking about their high school career out in front of them, what would be the one thing that you'd share with them?
Well, it's very cliche, but I never listened to anyone when they told me, and it's like, enjoy the time you have, because like we've said, like high school goes by so fast. Like I remember freshman year like it was yesterday, and then now I'm like graduating in 4 weeks, which is really weird to me. But everyone said, oh, high school goes by so fast, you need to enjoy it, and I was always like, whatever, I don't believe you. This is gonna last forever and ever. But it really does go by really fast, and there are so many more relationships I wish I would have invested in more, like so many things I wish I would have done, like to enjoy the people around me, to like actually absorb everything, because everything does go by so fast. So I guess just like enjoying every second, and then also investing in people and having fun and not thinking about like other things, just focusing on your people and find something you really love and do it. Yeah.
It took me 3 years. It took me to my junior year to like learn how to take care of myself and my mental health. And so, because I focused so much my freshman and sophomore year, especially my sophomore year, I think, unlike other people, which is amazing to do, but you need to have a balance. I think is something that I would advise, is have a balance of both caring for others and caring for yourself, because you can't give out to anyone else if you have nothing to give, which is something I learned really late into high school, and a lot of things could have been different if I had learned that early on, and I could have been, better in my mental health, better in my emotional health if I had learned that early on. And it took me lots of people yelling at me and lots of people being like, this is not right for you, to learn that. So I think self-care in the form of take care of yourself, asking for help is huge. Like from your parents, from your friends, from anyone in authority, anyone who's over you, anyone who can mentor you is like a huge thing. So yeah.
I think I would say like just to like find joy in things that you don't like expect to be like good parts of your life, because like looking back on it, it's like things that we complained our way through that like you remember being like good things too. Like for us, we had like long rehearsals or like long days we had to work on stuff, and like we would complain all the way through it, and like we look back on it as being like the best parts of high school. So I think it's just like if you focus on like the joy that you can find in it in the right time, then you can probably like enjoy it.
I wish I would have given Inside Out a better shot at first, because I have gone to North Point for a really long time, and I went to Inside Out like once my freshman year, and then after that I didn't go until my junior year, and like then my junior year I met my small group who are like the most amazing people, and I just like wish that I would have given it more of a shot, because then I think I would have gotten 4 years with them instead of just 2.
I would say find something you're interested in, like whether it's like an extracurricular or like a sport. I know for me it was like football, basketball. So like just find something you can like commit to, I'd say, keeps it going.
When this airs, this is going to be on the 19th, which means that tonight, as people are watching this, is the registration deadline for Camp 75. So if you were to give your best pitch and say if somebody's in the crowd and they're wondering, should I sign up or should I invite somebody, why should somebody come to Camp 75?
Because you have absolutely nothing to lose, especially if your parents pay for camp.
I wish I would have done Camp 75 much earlier, because I was one of those people that always like judged it and was like, it's a cult. And that's still how like my friends are. And so yeah, I wish I would have done that much sooner and not like judged it based off of what everyone was saying.
It's really a place where God kind of like picks you up and takes you out of all the different distractions of life, and he places you in that spot, and it's a lot more easy to see how much of a purpose you have on this earth, and like it's actually us living out like our purpose here on earth as followers of Christ, like to love those around us and to bring people like to God's love and show them that. And even if you're not a follower of Christ, I really think that it gives you like a meaningful task at hand and something that you can see that like you can make a difference here on earth and like in people's lives, whether you know them or not. And it's also like a sense of community, because we all are like striving towards that passion. Like we're all tired, having fun. Like it's just a great sense of community. Like I find myself, I'm not like an introvert, but it's uncomfortable for me to like branch out and like talk to different people. But during boot camp, Camp 75, like we're all having like a common goal of something to where it doesn't even matter. It's like I don't even know you and I'm dancing right next to you, and like it's really fun. But it also really gives you like a kind of like clear, you can take a step back and see like, wow, I did this summer and it was meaningful, and I really like have more of a purpose, and like I have something to work towards with people around me who I really love.
I think when I was first invited, I was nervous that I wouldn't know a lot of people, or that everyone was going to be best friends and I was going to be the person that was left out. But you just meet so many people, and that's definitely not the case at all.
And the people you meet, like you would have never talked to them before, and then now like my captain last year is like my best friend. So like
I would say last year whenever my dad told me that he signed me up, I wanted to cry, and I said, I'm not going. And whenever I got to the HEB Center, I wanted to leave, and I almost started crying, and my dad was like, no, you have to go. So I went, and like I've made so many great friends through camp and just being a part of North Point.
Well, for me, it was that I got invited by someone in high school, and I only went for 1 year of boot camp and Camp 75. And it's like I was never Christian before that, and whenever I went to boot camp, like it changed my life, and like I accepted God into my life. And then once you go to Camp 75, it's like you can see how you impact everyone else in the community and like kind of like start to change their life too.
Is there just anything else that you guys would want to say? I don't know what that, like, advice or statement or anything like that we didn't hit with a question. Anything else you want to leave people with?
I'd say like don't compare like your small group or like your relationship with your small group to other small groups, because like each small group is different in its own way and like has its own special thing, and like it's just detrimental to you if you like compare it to other small groups. In high school, people always say like, you know, like you gotta dress cute. You know what I mean? Like people like to like judge the way you look and pay attention to like the shoes you wear or who you hang out with or how popular you are. If you go out, you go to parties, like things like that. But I don't think that personally, like as you get older, I don't think that matters as much as you really think it does. People really do remember you by how you hang out with people and how you love people and how you serve the people around you. Nobody cares about the newest Birkenstocks you're wearing or your new Hydro Flask. It's literally just about how you treat the people around you and how they love you back.